SP in. We have him unmuted. Hi, welcome in.
Hi, thank you for having me here.
Hi,
Thank you. So I just want to share my journey that I've had for these last couple of years, in which one of my brightest guiding lights have been Ruchi. So I will try to keep this as short as I can, but I just thank you for your patience while I just speak about my journey. So before I got into this low phase of my life, I was actually a very happy-go-lucky, very jovial person. I was successful at my work. I had an amazing friend circle, and I was very outgoing. Basically, I was the last person who I knew who would get anxiety, let alone depression. So I married my then high school girlfriend 7 years back. And within the first year of my marriage, it became difficult. I started to experience immense mental and physical abuse. And eventually, 5 years back, my body started, giving up because of the stress I had. So I would get a lot of pain, back pain, shoulder pain, leg pain. And often this pain I would not be able to leave my bed. I would not be able to go to work because I had this unknown pain. Eventually, in 2016, I had a traumatic episode and I had my first panic attack then. I found myself waking up in the ICU of a hospital and I was diagnosed with anxiety after that. Now, due to several issues or reasons of my own, I was unwilling or unable to break the marriage. And this caused me immense stress. I developed high blood pressure, although my family has no history of blood pressure, fibromyalgia, a very high heart rate, and my anxiety basically snowballed into a depression. I was hitting a new rock bottom every day. I was on very heavy medication for about 2 years. And just to tell you how depressed I was, I didn't care if I lived or not. I mean, I would wake up every day just to go back to sleep. And I was sabotaging, my relationships, my business, and myself. Uh, I didn't give up on my marriage easily through all these years. I did try to engage with my wife and to, try and sort things out because her abuse was only towards me and my family, but she was normal outside. So before I met Ruchi, somewhere towards the end of 2018, I'd already been through two psychiatrists, different counselors and therapists, and had tried every kind of healing, past life, chakra healing, bars healing. They were useful to me, but I wasn't seeming to make that breakthrough. So I think the biggest change that I had with Ruchi was her engaging and explaining karma in this life to me. So my dilemma was a spiritual one because I misunderstood spirituality. I refused to leave my wife as I thought I was hurting somebody and that is wrong. I took karma as something, that happened to me and that I had no power over. And I somewhere I felt like I had to undergo some kind of penance in this relationship, and so I must stick it out. Don't get me wrong, I really wanted to leave. I was extremely unhappy and I had taken enough of the abuse, but I couldn't because I was in guilt and denial. And even though my family didn't support me, they said that, this too shall pass, everything will be fine, it's just your karma. So with Ruchi, we would sit and break down my issues into workable problems and just help me connect with what I really wanted and who I am authentically. So for example, we would dissect patterns of my thinking. And what I was doing very often is I was making a lot of judgments of myself. I was creating a lot of blocks to my own happiness. So we worked really hard in breaking those blocks. And then I finally came to understand who I was and what I really wanted. I understood that, I don't want to hurt my wife, but I don't want to suffer either. I have tried to a point, where I almost died, but now it was time to end things and move on. I simply denied myself happiness, thinking happiness is some far off destination. I used to judge every single joy in this life because I would think the joys of this world are inferior and there's some amazing happiness waiting for me later on, probably in the afterlife or something. But what I learned was happiness is the journey and the destination. So, I came to realize that none of us are here to suffer. We are only here to learn lessons. And now in hindsight, I thank my wife or my ex-wife because the lessons she's taught me, I could not learn anywhere else. So my lessons were that of self-love, of self-preservation, of understanding that within me also a part of the divine resides. And I owe my first karma to that divinity too. And that, just desiring something, if it's not from a place of malice, is completely okay. So I finally realized that I wanted to be happy and I should claim that happiness. Ruchi ultimately, over the last 2 years, has helped me get off my medication. And just to give you an idea of the kind of meds I was on at my peak, I was taking around 5 to 6 meds a day just for my head, and 3 to 4 others for blood pressure and cholesterol, everything which came because of my stress. So I don't advocate not taking medicines. Of course, if you need it, your psychiatrist prescribes it, you should definitely take it. But eventually, for me, it became like a crutch. And when I understood my set patterns that were causing my stress, you know, it just dissolved. So, today it's been 7 months since I've been off my medication. My blood pressure got better on its own. As of today, I'm only taking one mild pill a day. The withdrawal was extremely excruciating. I would, in fact, come for sessions with Ruchi maybe twice a week, be on the phone with her almost every second day. I would fight with her. I would tell her I want to go back on the meds. I can't handle this. But she helped me fight through it. And uh, I know I right now at the end of it, a couple of months back, I just got up and I made myself concrete. I fought with my family. I walked out of my house, and the moment I did that, the moment I steeled my own resolve, the universe conspired, and I suddenly have all the support I need. So I understood through therapy what my authentic needs are, what emotions my ego is flaring up because of my judgment, and that I just need to love myself, because only a healthy tree can give fruits. And ultimately, the universe is just a chef. Whatever I hold in my subconscious, or in my patterns of my brain, is what will manifest. So I still have some bad days, but I have mostly good days now. I've come to realize that no matter what my mind is attacking me with, I'm going to be okay, and I'm going to be happy, and I am a powerful being. So my biggest benefit of sitting with Ruchi was just connecting with myself, understanding myself, and being shown that mirror. So yeah, these were my invaluable experiences that I've had with Ruchi, and
And
thank you
now
for
he's a
listening to
therapist for a lot of people.
me.
That's amazing.
Wonderful. That's just amazing. So proud of you. You've
Thank you.
just
I have good
blown my
guidance.
mind.
It's
Thank you so much.
it took a lot of courage for you during your process, and on behalf of the team, on behalf of our listening audience, I'd like to thank you for coming on here, sharing this huge part of your life with us. And there are so many interesting things you said. The last thing that caught my attention was the universe is the chef, and the ingredients I hold is the dish that I'm going to be served, basically.
Yeah.
So
Beautiful. Well said.
yeah, very nicely you've covered it all with your own experience, and to come on a public platform like this and to say this and to share this takes a lot. So kudos to you, and best
Thank you. Thank you so
wishes
much.
always.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much. I know you're busy, so please carry on with your day. Thank you so much for doing this, and you're amazing. You are sparkling stardust in motion. You've started shining. You're light now. So thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I have good guidance. Thank you, guys. Take care.
Thank you.
Wonderful.